Okay, today we are trying something new. Hey. Hey fam, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. My current goal is 10K and your support would mean the world. And for more fashion and real-time content, be sure to follow my Instagram and show me some love. Your girl's going to Dunkin instead of Starbucks. I'm gonna order a fall drink and then we're gonna have a little chit chat. Alright, thank you. Alright guys, so I said I was gonna film this video, so we're gonna film this video, alright? Period. If the lighting's a little weird, it's because the sun is obviously setting. I started working again, so it's gonna be a lot of late nights for me. I got cold brew, pumpkin cream cold brew. I don't know why, because I don't drink coffee like that. Messes up my stomach, I just can't do it. I panicked and I didn't know what else to get. I also got a donut, but it got smushed. Most of my icing is on the wrapper. Oh, it comes with a little munchkin. How cute. Anyway, let's jump into it. I'm just gonna be chatting. I need to get some things off my chest, okay? Not my camera battery about to die. 1 year post-grad for me. So I graduated last year, 2020. We talked about this if you're new to my channel. Hi. 1, my name is Seriah, Alexus. That's how you pronounce it. 2, I graduated in 2020 of last year during the pandemic. No graduation. And I finished my last semester of college through Zoom. I wanted to just give an update on how my life has been. And I just need to talk, like, you know, because post-grad life, even if you went to graduate school, whatever, it is different. It's different, especially right now with the panoramic. It's a weird time right now. So I need to get some things off my chest and hopefully you guys can relate to it. So first off, I want to start with saying my college experience. Freshman year, I had an amazing time, put myself out of my comfort zone. But notice how I said freshman year. So after that, it just went downhill, sis. It just went downhill from there. Honestly, there was a lot of times where I wanted to transfer out of my school and wanted to drop out of college altogether. I was just very confused and that hasn't changed. I didn't pick my major till sophomore year. After freshman year, sophomore year, a lot of people that I knew, they started transferring to different schools. They left college. I just found it really hard to make new friends after losing connection with my initial friends that I made freshman year. I don't know if it was a me thing. I don't know what was going on. I did feel very disconnected there, mainly because, you know, I didn't have any like school pride because I didn't really want to go there. It kind of made me disconnected from the people who really love the school so much, which there's nothing wrong with the school. It's just like, you know, I have trouble feeling, I can't even get the words out, but feeling like I belong in certain places. I never really felt like, everywhere I go I feel like I'm kind of like an outsider, I don't really belong there. And I feel like that really stems from when I was a kid, when I was younger, growing up in a white school. Since like elementary school, I never felt like I belonged. So it started there. I didn't fit in with none of the kids. They didn't really understand me, didn't understand where I came from, didn't even understand how I talked. I felt very disconnected, and I kind of carry that with me throughout my life, and even throughout college I felt that. So I always have like an escape plan. I'm a Sagittarius moon and rising, so your girl's always trying to go on the run. That song, she a runner, she a track star, she gonna run away when it gets, that's me. But yeah, like it was really hard for me, like throughout the years, as like friends started to decrease and move away and whatever, I just got more lonely there, and it was just not a good time for me. It was really hard for me to meet new people there. So my college experience, I would rate it like a 4 out of 10. Also, not to bash like where I went to school, but the school was a little bit cliquey, especially if you weren't in a sorority or fraternity, and that's how most people met their friends or became well-known or popular there. So I just didn't want to be in one. So yeah, it was definitely a lot harder for me to make friends on my own. Wow, this lighting is getting worse. Okay, should I move this inside? Don't click out the video, okay? I want to talk about how I'm doing right now. So if you have been following my vlogs, you know I have been on the lookout for a new job for the longest now. This has been the hardest job search of my life. I have not been denied so many times in my life, and I've applied to modeling agencies, and this is worse than that. I feel like after college is such a time where you're like so confused. Well, for me personally, I'm just a confused person in general. Some people have it all figured out, and God bless them. I go through y'all know what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna put it on the screen. My mouth is not working right now, but I go through that every other month. I had one this month, so it's not like I'm confused with what I want to do. I'm over here more confused on what to tackle first, because I'm like, I want to be successful in something where I can move on to the next thing. But anyway, on my road to riches, I still need to have an income. So I work from home now. I'm actually got rehired for contact tracing since things are starting to pick up, unfortunately. So that's good, but again, it's a temp job. I need something stable. I like working from home, so I've been applying to stuff work from home. Also, I do not live in New York City, and I have no interest, one, in commuting just to get to work there and back plus traffic. No thank you. I have no interest though in being in the office anymore when I can work from home. The only reason why I would want to be in the office is to make connections with people and have a workspace, but I would rather it be something that is not obligated, but something that you choose to do. I feel like businesses enforcing people to come back to the office is just their type of control that they want to have on you. If you can get your work done at home, what's the issue? But this whole corporate thing, going back to job, this is why everybody's quitting. If you are not vaccinated, most of these jobs are not hiring people who are not vaccinated. And then most of these companies, it's no diversity at all. Being like right out of college is also kind of a strike. I said this before, but nobody cares about your degree. And they require you to have a degree, but they still will pay you the bare minimum, even if you have one. So this whole thing is really like a scam, and I'm not here for it. So all of this is super discouraging, and it really makes me question what direction I want to go in my life. It's also reminding me how important it is to be a business owner in these times, because really leaving your life in the hands of corporate America, leaving your lives in the hands of the government will be your downfall. I'm sorry. The government will not take care of you. You see how they're treating old people with their pensions and their social security. They're barely making any money off of that, and they gave like most of their lives working, and now they're firing nurses, they're firing first responders. This is crazy. You know, post-grad life is really just trial and error. You're not gonna have everything all figured out, and if you do, there's gonna be periods in your life where you're confused, and I just happen to be in one of those again. In your adult years, I feel like it's even harder making friends, new friends. Now I'm also trying to learn how to find new good friends that are for me. When I was in school, I would honestly just become friends with anybody because we had the same class, you know? But now I want to be more intentional with who I'm basically choosing to be friends with. Kind of like how you choose a relationship, you know? Like you have notes like, oh, I want this person to be this, and I want this person to have that. And I think it's the same thing for your friendships. Next thing is moving out. So I love my home. I love my room. I love being with family. I also do want more space, and I do need more space at this point. I'm running out of space, guys. So I eventually do want to move out, but like now I'm confused on where I want to live. There's so many things going through my mind, and sometimes I feel like I'm too scary to like move away, but then again it's like I need to at the same time. Like I want to, even though I love to be alone. I love my alone time, but if I'm truly alone, it is kind of a struggle for me. I don't know where I want to move. The closest city to me is New York City, and everybody's moving to New York City. And don't get me wrong, it's a lit place to be. It's fun, but sis, I don't want to live there. I go there. I've lived here my whole life. I lived in New York. I go to New York City all the time. It's a no for me. And it's too busy. I live upstate. I like the calmness, even though it's kind of boring sometimes. It's just too much for me. And I'm not paying to live in a shoebox. No shade to anybody moving to the city. I thought about it too, because the city is nice, but I'm not trying to rush anything. I'm just gonna let whatever happens, but I know that I'm slowly running out of space, and that's all I have to say on that. I feel like the longer I stay in a comfortable situation, the more complacent you get, and I don't want to be complacent. Now, adjusting after college, the hardest thing to adjust to really for me was the sense of routine and schedule. I love routines. I love them. After you graduate, if you don't have a job lined up, there's no routine. And that's something that's been really hard to adjust to. And I eventually want to, you know, work for myself eventually. The skill of routine building and schedule building has helped me so much, and it's so important after you graduate. That lack of structure after you graduate hits you hard for sure. Thing I wish I did before graduating college, definitely doing more internships or getting more experience. I really thought that a degree meant everything. I really did. In the back of my mind, I kind of knew that it didn't. I really wish that I did more internships and gotten more experience and really explored more of what I wanted to do. I feel like in college, I knew that I wanted to do something with digital marketing or digitally. I knew that. But I didn't know what career path to take. If you're still in college, definitely take advantage of doing internships in college and try to get some paid ones, okay? And don't get me wrong, I'm so happy to be done. I do not want to go back to school in no shape or form. The real world is hard, but I'll take that over going back to school. I can't say I hated college, but I kind of did. I'm happy to be done. So happy to be done. I also want to end with, like, being out of college really teaches you about yourself, to be honest. You learn more about yourself after you graduate, I feel like. And honestly, I think it is great. Like, you have endless possibilities. You can do whatever you want for the most part. And that's what I think is so great about when you're done with college. You can kind of pursue whatever you want, hopefully, and hopefully you have the support to do that. Comment down the graduation cap emoji so I know you made it here. You are a real one. You're the best. I love you. That is all for this video. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.